Well, today we're going to do a little check in on the podcast. We're in episode somewhere in the 40s or 50s, and we've had a great run and we're getting a lot of exceptional feedback. We've had over 20,000 interactions with our podcast through our social channels, through our YouTube, and through the podcast platform. So we're really excited about the community we're developing around manufacturing and B2B marketing and a lot of the guests that we've been able to interview and a lot of the guests that we'll be interviewing in the future. So this is just a little bit of a check-in with you, our audience, and participants to kind of give you an idea of where we're heading with the podcast in 2025. We've got a lot of great feedback on a number of our series, and we're expanding and in some ways focusing those series to have more succinct conversations that will be more relevant to you, the audience. So, one of the things we're doing is we're going to take deeper dives in specific manufacturing and B2B niches where we'll be diving into, for instance, chemical manufacturing, plastics manufacturing, industrial machinery manufacturing, a lot of different industries where we're going to interview a number of guests in a shorter period of time and launch those together or succinctly so that we can really build some momentum around the pain points and what you're learning and what we can learn together about what's missing in manufacturing and B2B marketing for those specific industries. Um, in addition to that, we're launching a new series about animal health and agribusiness. We continue to have more conversations in this industry. We're having conversations with practitioners, and the rapid commercialization and consolidation of animal health and the agribusiness community is leading to bigger and more consistent problems in the marketing space. And we're also seeing a lot of influx with AI in that field, as we are in every other field. So we're trying to bring conversation to that market, specialists, experts, executives, and founders who can really help us level up and get a good basis of understanding of what's missing in agribusiness and animal health marketing as well. Another series we're launching is what we're calling our M&A series or our mergers and acquisitions series. We're experiencing a lot of conversations with companies in the mergers and acquisitions arena, specifically around manufacturing and B2B. There's a lot of private equity and venture capital that's moving into consolidating some manufacturing industries. And one of the consistent conversations we've had with players on all sides of these conversations is the challenge of organic marketing after deals are constructed or even as companies prepare to be acquired. There's a lot of challenges the companies are facing with organic growth and developing repeatable, scalable, and predictable sales leads and sales forecasts. And this is such an integral part to mergers and acquisitions and to achieving the multiples that the sellers and the buyers and then eventually institutional money or large companies will want to spend money on these organizations. So we're trying to bring some conversation around mergers, acquisitions, and manufacturing and B2B. Find out what's missing and how founders, executives, folks on the PE side can all make better decisions around their marketing. This year, we'll also be continuing our executive series. In this series, we'll be talking with owners, founders, and folks in the C-suite. And this is really going to continue to be about strategic marketing and what's missing, the challenges we're all facing in a rapidly changing market, and whether those are changes that are caused by macroeconomic conditions or by AI or competition from overseas or whatever those items are that are causing pain points and what's missing in marketing and how we can help address those conditions and help companies develop the proper marketing strategy to grow and continue to succeed. One of our most popular series has been our marketing manager series, where we're interviewing marketing managers at manufacturing and B2B companies. And we're talking about what's missing, wins, peer advice, different things that they've done that haven't worked, and what they've learned and how they're navigating the internal marketing function. we're launching a new companion series to this, which is the Department of One, where we're talking to many of the marketing managers in this space that have 1 to 3 people in their marketing department, and they're being tasked with just a lot of work that needs to be done on a consistent basis to keep the enterprise moving forward. And we get it. My early career, I was a marketing manager for a company that did approximately $100 million in annual sales and had a number of divisions. And we understand the pains and the pressures and the challenges of dealing with all the internal things that are happening every day at the organization, as well as trying to develop content and perform in social media and video and drive leads. And then not only manage that, but then get into the technical weeds of delivery and actually dealing with the technological platforms and the changes in those technological situations. And watch out, here comes AI, right? So we're all trying to buckle down and figure that one out. So we're going to continue that marketing manager series and continue to develop community and conversation and learn what's missing for our marketing managers. And the little pivot there is to talk about the specific challenges of those 1 to 3 headcount departments and how they're figuring it out and getting it done for their organizations. Another area we're going to continue to focus on is our expert series. We're going to continue to find experts to talk about the most important topics, the most cutting edge topics, and maybe even some older topics that have been long forgotten that need to be addressed for our marketing departments to succeed for manufacturing B2B companies. We've talked about technology. We've talked about specific platforms. We've talked about marketing automation. We've had conversations about PR. And we're going to continue to dive into new and developing topics like AI, but also the tried and true topics and find experts who can help us with branding and social media and engagement. So that expert series is going to continue to happen and continue to deliver value to our community so we can all learn what's missing and figure out what we should be doing as we move forward. One of the hottest topics this past year that we heard time and time again, and whether it was on our podcast or whether it was in person at a meeting with some folks at their manufacturing or B2B facilities throughout Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, New York, Ohio, and beyond. And then also we heard this topic at events, and it was on everyone's mind. The 2 top things we heard were growth and recruitment retention. And on the growth side, we're addressing, and that's kind of in our wheelhouse of the traditional marketing function, to talk about strategic marketing and marketing execution and delivering growth for organizations. Many of our manufacturing clients have had to pivot and really also work on the other side of the business, which is a robust recruitment and retention program, a marketing program built around culture and communicating that culture to the potential pool of applicants to recruit and retain the right workers that are best fit for their organization at all areas of the company. And we've seen some tremendous successes with some of the clients we work with. We've learned about some challenges, some wins and some losses from other folks that we've interviewed in the process. So I think there's a lot of learning that's occurring in that space, and we need to continue the conversation as we see no end in sight to the limited worker pool that is occurring, and certainly the supply side problems of employees in the manufacturing space. We're also going to be talking with a number of organizations who are approaching the recruitment and retention problem from a different kind of viewpoint. There are a number of nonprofits and organizations out there that are doing great work trying to help with workforce development in conjunction with federal, state, and local governments and different organizations. And we're seeing that this movement is being recognized as a macroeconomic problem that affects not only companies, but as we all know in economics, it affects communities and households. So it's a problem everybody's working on, and bringing together those different voices to talk about those problems, we feel is going to help us determine what's missing and develop the best solutions by putting our heads together and working the problem simultaneously. We're looking forward to a great season here in 2025 for the Missing Half podcast, where we're discovering what's missing in manufacturing and B2B marketing, and then maybe even a little more. So we hope you'll join us, subscribe. And if you're interested in joining the conversation, please let us know and you can contact us and we'll set up a time to talk.